Did you know that illegal human smuggling, illegal crossings around the US Canada border are still happening despite the fact that Trump is in power? So I just found this article now. This article is dated from CBC on the 30th of January this year. 2025, and they captured drone footage showing a U.S. Border Patrol vehicle along the concrete blocks which mark the border between the U.S. state of Vermont and Quebec. And what they're basically saying in this article is that human smuggling networks are still operating across Quebec's border with Vermont. Quebec is a Canadian province. Vermont and New York State are American states. And despite the bad weather conditions, this is the insane thing. Everyone that lives in Canada knows that right now, January, February are probably the worst winter months, and apparently these illegals or these smugglers or whoever they are, they were trying to illegally cross over. They didn't realize that it would be freezing temperature. So the story is insane. The weekend crossings were happening, and according to this article, the U.S. Border Patrol received a report that several people were spotted by a local resident moving along a dirt road south of the border. Now, in essence, they found that there was two people were, the Americans were able to track down a Honda Pilot SUV. Two people in the backseat, Guatemalan and Mexican nationals, had allegedly crossed on foot into the U.S. The front seat passenger, a Guatemalan national, told agents that he was working for a smuggler who had moved him illegally across the border 2 years ago. So illegal border crossings have been happening for a while. Now, on Sunday, the next day, near the town of Churubusco, New York, U.S. agents spotted two vehicles traveling along a road that runs near the border, roughly 33 kilometers southwest of Hemingford, Quebec. Events escalated quite badly. There was a high-speed pursuit that resulted in one of these vehicles, a Ford Flex, hitting the turn too fast, and then it got buried in the snow. Now, this is what happens when you try to illegally cross the border, from Canada to U.S. because, hey, there's a lot of snow. It's bad weather conditions. These guys didn't do their homework, apparently. Now the chase stopped, and finally they were able to catch them. The alleged driver, a U.S. citizen, was arrested, and this apparently. So what they found out in this article is that there were quite a few incidents happening, and one of the passengers that was captured was a UK national. Said that he and his family had crossed by foot through woods from Canada by following the Indian nationals. So there's a lot of illegal border crossings that are still happening, that were still happening in January. And my point of view here is, don't these people realize that it's dangerous?